it's time to start having real conversations. And I think podcasts are a very healthy place to do that, and people can hate you for your side or whatever, but I think you make a really good point. It's like, to me, I called my mom last night and we had a really in-depth conversation about religion based on the preacher moment I talked about earlier. And I just said to her, because, she still lives in the Bible Belt, like where I'm from, there's not many like me. But I used to, long time ago, I was from a blue county in a red state. So I was raised by and with a lot of Democrats, but I still had a lot of Republicans. And this is when Republican meant something and Democrat meant something. And those were totally different what that means now. And we all got along and we all had really great debates. But I asked her, like, how do you handle these moments, like being a Christian woman and seeing this happen? And, because my mom is just full of loads of wisdom. And we talked this through for like an hour. And my mom and I actually don't agree on everything. And she's my best friend, like a best friend. But it was such a healthy conversation. Here, if you could see it my way for a second. Well, if you could see it my way for a second. And we came to this beautiful, and she said at the end, I don't know if I answered any of your questions, but I think we got somewhere. Oh my God, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted was to say it out loud and have it said back to me maybe in a different way so I could see it from a different angle.
Sure.
And that was it. But it was so healthy and nothing. When I hung up the phone, I had no ill will. And Jay walked in from work at the very end. He goes, wow, you guys got deep. And he was just hearing my side of it. But it's so important. And I know social media is definitely not where we can do that, because in written word, it doesn't work out very well. But in podcast space like this, I think it is good to have these healthy conversations and debates. And if you were a Republican, I would still love you and I would want to have this conversation.
Well, that's the thing. I really think that we need to get back to having a conversation.
Yeah.
And not be afraid to do it, because there's actually been a shift just in this last handful of minutes that we've been doing this stuff, because we were tiptoeing around this shit when we started.
Totally.
And then we kicked over that first domino, and then we got real about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we shouldn't be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to listen to the other side and listen. Don't just talk, listen.
Yes.
Because you don't necessarily have to agree with everything I'm saying, but if there's a kernel of truth, if there are facts here, look at the facts.
Yes.
Listen to what other people are saying.
Yeah, and try to relate to them. See where they're coming from.
Right. Because we're all Americans.
Yeah.
I don't, regardless of what the oligarchs are trying to get us to fight each other down in the mud, like you said, while they're down here fighting
over
and scrapping
here.
all that sort of stuff,
That's
we're
right.
over here just lining our pockets,
Yeah.
Remember who the important people are in the conversation. Us.
Yeah. Agreed.
The United States of America.
Yeah.
All this jibba jabba about, California should succeed. And, Canada's like, oh, well, why don't you come and join us? No, God damn it. We are the United States of America.
That's right.
We will survive this. We will get past this.
Yep.
Yes, there is an existential threat to a level that I don't think America has seen before right now. But we are strong enough and we are smart enough. The majority of us will find a way through.
And if we're grown up enough, we can get through it.
We will.
If we're adults enough to be having conversations, we'll get through it.
Absolutely.
You guys both saw Idiocracy, right?
Oh, man, we are so far past that.
Yeah.
We passed that a long ass time ago.
That's
I used to say that's a documentary. Now it's like, I don't even
now it's
know
wishful thinking.
It really is.
Remember the good old days?
That's what I mean. Like, what? Like, we wish for
we have like
Idiocracy
the
now.
dumb hip hop president. I mean, that would be great.
Well, thank you for letting me speak my mind. That's been,
course. That's what
I've had a
that's
lot
what
to
we
say
do.
for a very long
That's
time.
what we do.
And I've held a lot of it back, but I feel like now is the time. There's a great quote, and I don't remember who said it, and I don't remember how it goes, but the essence of it is that, if you don't say anything, you're saying something.